Cultural intelligence is a career advantage. Africa is a continent brimming with creativity, innovation, and unique cultural expressions. Every year on the 24th of September, South Africans come together to mark Heritage Day, a public holiday rooted in the recognition of the country's diverse cultures, traditions, and histories. Every September, South Africans pause to celebrate Heritage Day, a moment often marked with braais, music, and traditional attire. Beyond the festivities lies a deeper call to reflect on identity, belonging, and continuity in a country shaped by rich cultural diversity. Heritage is more than history, it is a career advantage. In careers and workplaces, culture shapes how people view opportunities, navigate challenges, and define success. Heritage offers more than pride. It fuels resilience, inspires creativity, and provides a compass in complex work environments. In South Africa's dynamic labor market, embracing heritage is not symbolic, it is strategic. A strong sense of cultural identity builds confidence. It allows professionals to enter workplaces with authenticity and self-assurance, qualities that employers increasingly value. According to Hofstede's cultural dimensions theory, culture influences communication, problem-solving, and decision-making. South Africa's blend of Ubuntu, collectivism, and resilience has become a distinct marker of identity in the workplace. Leaders who embrace cultural roots are often more relatable, more trusted, and better equipped to build inclusive teams. In a world hungry for authentic leadership, heritage becomes a differentiator. South Africa's history is one of survival and adaptation, from apartheid to democracy. This collective resilience filters into careers overcoming unemployment, bias, or limited resources often requires drawing from cultural values of perseverance and community. The World Economic Forum highlights resilience as one of the most critical future skills. For South Africans, resilience is not simply a skill but a cultural inheritance. Ubuntu, meaning humanity towards others, and Inkweel, meaning strength through community, offer frameworks for navigating setbacks in volatile job markets. In today's interconnected world, cultural intelligence, CQ, is a career superpower. Research by Ang and Van Dyne shows CQ strongly correlates with leadership effectiveness and adaptability. South Africa's multicultural society naturally equips professionals to read and respond to different cultural contexts. This makes South Africans highly competitive in global business, diplomacy, and entrepreneurship. The ability to understand multiple perspectives is not a soft skill, it is career capital. Heritage also passes down values like consultation, humility, and justice. Nelson Mandela's leadership, grounded in the Xhosa tradition of Imbizo or community consultation, remains a global benchmark. Today's leaders who integrate cultural wisdom into boardrooms foster trust, inclusion, and purpose-driven organizations. A Deloitte study confirms that purpose-driven leadership rooted in cultural values leads to stronger engagement and retention. Heritage is not nostalgic. It is a living guide for ethical and inclusive leadership. Heritage is also an engine of innovation. South Africa's creative economy, worth over $90 billion, shows how music, fashion, and indigenous knowledge can become industries. Designers who blend traditional textiles with modern fashion, or innovators who use indigenous problem-solving methods for tech solutions, prove that heritage-based careers are both authentic and globally competitive. Creativity born from heritage is distinct because it carries identity, something that cannot be replicated elsewhere. Organizational culture is strengthened when heritage is recognized. McKinsey's Diversity Wins report found that companies with greater cultural diversity outperform peers financially by 36%. In South Africa's multilingual, multi-ethnic workplaces, valuing heritage creates belonging and boosts performance. Simple acts such as celebrating Heritage Day at work, encouraging employees to share traditions, or integrating indigenous wisdom into sustainability help build cultures where people feel seen. Heritage also shapes national employment strategies. South Africa's constitution enshrines cultural rights, while labor laws and transformation policies stem from this ethos. The National Development Plan 2030 recognizes that inclusive growth requires cultural recognition alongside economic reform. Embedding heritage in policy, South Africa aligns dignity and diversity with economic participation. As Heritage Day reminds us that heritage is not only celebration, but a career strategy. It grounds identity, strengthens resilience, sharpens leadership, fuels creativity, and enhances cultural intelligence. Professionals, The challenge is not to honor heritage in isolation, but to use it as a resource. Heritage is not a relic of the past. It is the foundation of Africa's future careers, a competitive edge in a global job market hungry for authenticity, resilience, and innovation. Career Indaba Magazine, A Timeless Career Legacy.